The jury could have recommended the death penalty. Military training is supposed to be good for you, toughens you up, teaches you discipline. But some recruits are pretty tough already, and military training, Richard Schlesinger reports, may be just what they don't need.
They are America's urban warriors, street gangs that defend their turf with sometimes shocking violence.
77th unit handling code pure.
Most of the training these street soldiers get is from other, more experienced gang members.
Go ahead, fire.
But many end up in the military, and the kind of training they get there scares the police.
What can the military teach these guys?
Teach them how to kill. And they can bring that knowledge back to them with them and use it on the street against other gangs, against the citizens, or against the police.
Even the toughest cop on the gang beat admits the military might be just what many gang members need: discipline and a job in a different environment. But they are worried about the risk involved in teaching military skills to some the police consider vicious criminals. And more policemen are starting to ask, is that risk worth taking?
When I was in the Marine Corps, I had no use for a hand grenade, when I went home on leave. Where a guy who's going to go home to his homeboys who are involved in a gang war, yeah, they'd appreciate a hand grenade or an M16 or some ammunition or even a bayonet, anything.
Relatively rarely should they have the chance to go in the service. But some of them should have the chance. The service needs them, and they need the service. And sometimes you find the right combination.
One judge thought Henry Garcia and the Marines were a good combination. Garcia is in prison now. As a teenager, he was involved in a gang shooting. The judge offered him a choice: jail or the Marines.
There was a difference between that and going to the joint. So I decided that would be the better of the two.
After leaving the Marines, Garcia was involved in 2 killings. Sometimes the military compounds the problem by trying to protect gang members who get in serious trouble while in the service. Compton, California, a city infected with gangs. In 1981, one gang opens fire on another. One man is dead. Anthony Cabrera, a Navy man home on leave, is convicted of being an accessory to murder. The Navy sends a glowing letter to the judge commending Cabrera's congenial attitude and good manners. Cabrera is given probation and allowed to stay in the Navy.
How long do you give second chances? We're talking about a hardcore gang shooting here, and you have to draw a line.
After Cabrera dodged jail, his brother, an Army sergeant, was killed in retaliation by a gang member who was also in the Army. The Army spoke up for Private Lonnie Jones after he shot at rival gang members in 1982 while home on leave. When Jones was convicted, the Army sent a letter saying he should be given a chance to complete his military obligation. Jones was eventually thrown out of the Army and is now in jail.
The Army teach you how to shoot a gun?
Yeah.
The Army teach you how to kill people?
No. It's something how to kill people, but I already knew how to do that.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Recruiting offices are supposed to check with local police about applicants, but the police we spoke to in gang areas say they are almost never contacted. In some cases, the police are relieved when hardcore gang members get out of town and become the military's problem. Until they come back. Richard Schlesinger, CBS News, Los Angeles.
You don't often hear about tornadoes in New England, but one struck Rhode Island today.